Shaka shaka. Buongiorno, buongiorno, good morning, good evening, good anything, and welcome to another episode of AC Milan is interested in. Yes. Every day there's there's a gazillion names coming out. We know how the mercato works. The newspaper need to be selling things, but hopefully there is something true in this news. So that's a lot that is worth talking about. Even Pulisic, let's talk a little bit about Pulisic, which said no to the Gold Cup for the US team. Now, as a fan of AC Milan, I like Pulisic a lot, and I do appreciate that he is resting, this summer instead of going on and playing more games, because this year there have been so many games, so many matches that I mean, even now that there's the FIFA Club World Cup that I'm gonna watch. Obviously, I'm gonna let's see. I'm probably gonna talk about that on the channel. But let me know if you're gonna follow it. I don't know what is the hype for this kind of competition, because right now in Italy the hype is not much, not even from Juventus fans or Inter fans, in which they're gonna basically try to fix their own team. It does bother everybody during the market. The players are tired, and I don't expect at least the Italian teams to give all that they can give unless they manage to reach the final stages of the competition. So in a way, this trophy is not seen in Italy right now. That's only the feeling. I'm not saying anything, but it's not seen as a... It's more seen as a nuisance, more than an interesting trophy. And I understand that, because also the next year they're going to be the actual World Cup, and players are going to be very tired. Not AC Milan players, because we do not play in Europe, so we only do Serie A, so our 38 matches, and Coppa Italia, wherever we can go. So we have no excuses. Next year we do not have excuses we are tired. No, I don't accept excuses, and I expect to fight for the Scudetto. I want to fight for the Scudetto. We'll never stop repeating this. But anyway, so Pulisic is a little bit controversial, I think, because if something similar happened with Acerbi in Italy, even if I'm not gonna stay there, compare Acerbi and Pulisic case. So Acerbi had a fight with the coach and said, "I'm not gonna go to Italy anymore because you told me I'm old and now you want me back." I don't care. But in Italy, the newspaper were like, "Oh, how can you refuse the call from Italy, Acerbi? Shame on you." So Acerbi is 37 years old. Okay, die. Do we still have to call 37 years old in the national team? I mean, it's Acerbi. It's not... Who is good there? Damn. Let's call Totti. Let's call Totti back. Anyway. So, I know it's controversial in the US because, people that want to follow the US men team, what is it called? The USM team? The USA team are a little bit bummed by this. I hope they're not reacting against Pulisic, and I hope they understand that Pulisic is tired like everybody else, and he wants to do his best for the World Cup, in my opinion. But again, as an AC Milan fan, I do respect a lot Pulisic for being focused on the next season. Thank you, Pulisic. Don't leave us. Pulisic, don't leave us. Please, renew that contract, please. Anyway, what are the names for AC Milan that we have today? We have a few names. The two most prominent ones are Xhaka, Super Xhaka, and another midfielder, which is Ardon Jashari from Club Brugge. I think he plays, right? Is it Club Brugge? Should be Club Brugge. It's Club Brugge. So, what do we think about those? You can clearly see now the strategy of AC Milan being a mix of young players with older players to have that kind of mix, right? Where did I hear that before? Oh, right, Maldini wanted to do that, but I'm good that they're basically retracing. I'm happy actually that they are retracing their steps back to seemingly possibly strong strategy for AC Milan. So if you have Modric and Xhaka, but you also add like young players like this Ardon, cazzo come si pronuncia? Jashari, Ardon Jashari, then it can be a good start. The problem is that these, I don't know how far the negotiations are. I hope that our management don't get scared when they're gonna ask money for Jashari. So I obviously I'm not gonna tell you that I am expert and that I know everybody in Club Brugge, but it does look like an interesting profile. Okay, so it's a deep lying playmaker, say like what Ricci is, but I think better than Ricci from what I saw from YouTube. Okay, and I saw it from YouTube, so you know the highlights on YouTube are what they are. Also, the league that he plays in is what it is. It's not the Serie A, and we know this very well because the Ketelere. We have the example of the Ketelere, right? We thought he would be not a crack, but he would have done better than what he did in AC Milan. But then you come to Serie A, you come to an environment like AC Milan, and it's hard. It's hard, even if you're young and talented. You know, AC Milan is a tough environment to work in because you're expected to perform well. And the first few times, let's say that you don't do that, you're gonna lose your spot. So obviously, it's not going to be a starter. I think, especially if you go and get Xhaka, Stamina, and Modric. Right, Modric, which is not official, I think, yet. He's going to the FIFA World Club Cup, World Cup, Club World Cup. He's going there. I would have preferred him not going there if he were to sign with AC Milan, obviously, because Modric is old and he needs to be spared on the pitch. So I hope nothing happens and he doesn't get injured and everything goes south with his recruitment in AC Milan. But he is at the end of the career. He wants to try and win everything that he can. So there is going to be this FIFA Club World Cup and possibly AC Milan, and to end his career with the actual World Cup. Okay, so this is the plan of Modric. So we got Xhaka, this Ardon Jashari, and then another name that was Javi Guerra from Valencia. So it's a lot of midfielders. I'm happy. I'll be honest here. I'm happy that we're going to get midfielders because we need that more than anything else. Now with Musa maybe leaving to Napoli, thanks Napoli. Loftus-Cheek might be going to Lazio. There's an interest from Lazio, but nothing is defined yet. There's not really concrete news about that. The midfield, if we get say Xhaka, Modric, and Jashari, is starting, and I'm going to be cautious here. I'm going to be cautious here. It's starting to look good, at least good. I will get somebody else if you were me, but it is could be an interesting start because then we have to see if we actually close any of these deals or we just leave them because they want money for the salary or what. Then there is the attacker, the striker. I don't know what's going on there, but the name of Vlahovic is still there. So I'm surprised by this because Vlahovic and Allegri, they do not go well together. I mean, I remember when Vlahovic at Juventus and Allegri at Juventus. Oh, mamma mia! like a lot of rumors, news. I don't know. A lot of, I don't know how to say this, but Vlahovic's career was being ruined by Allegri. So I don't know if Vlahovic wants to go to AC Milan and go with Allegri again. I would be surprised actually if this happens. Vlahovic earns a whole lot of money, way too much for what we can pay, and way too much for his own value. Because if we have to say that Hernandez is not worth 8 millions because of the past bad seasons, we gotta be fair with Vlahovic as well. You know who would I want? Who would I try to sneak in now? A certain Osimhen. Osimhen, the man, Osimhen, the man. Because he's there, and Napoli doesn't want him, and they're kind of a breakup, and try to get him will be awesome. I would love to have Osimhen, but then again, probably will earn too much money, and it's gonna be too expensive for us, and we cannot afford that, unfortunately. Juventus, I read that is interested in Gyökeres. So a lot of these news, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know if I should believe any of these. I do want to believe at least the signing of the young player, and probably Xhaka. Xhaka is real news. And we'll see. We will see what happens. Everybody's getting ready to play the incredible Allegri ball. Incredible and entertaining, but I don't care. I just want to win. I hope we build. Tare, please. Tare, all my hope is on you. Tare, I really like that we have a sporting director and he's changing things. I mean, the hope for things. Because, mamma mia, do you remember, mamma mia, do you remember the past year, Mercato? Mamma mia, that was horrible. It was horrible to go through. This one maybe is gonna be better. And also Hernandez, what happened? I think that they stopped contacting each other now with Atletico Madrid. The deal is for now off the table, but Tare has trained in Lazio, and in Lazio they do not throw away anything. In Lazio you give us the money, or we don't give you the player, unless he's Rangers, which anyway. Va bene, va. I'll leave you be. Let it be. Xhaka. Vabbè, va. Ciao.